Happy New Year. Gosh, can you believe it? 2024 is just about over. I wanted to share a short podcast with you, but to really get you set for 2025. My whole goal this fourth quarter is been getting you ready to have a great 2025. So really, we have to look at how can we make that happen? Now, here's a few suggestions I want to give you is what are you grateful for? What are you looking forward to? Let's take time to reflect on how to make 2025 our best year yet. And I'm going to give you some strategies, three strategies in all that you can implement, and really a pretty simple process that I'm going to walk you through to make this happen. So, the first one I want to do is what I call the gratitude challenge or the grateful challenge. And what it is looking back on 2024, what are the things that you're most grateful for in 2024? Personally, as well as professionally. I think it's so important that we look back to both of those areas. Personally, what am I really happy about? Everything didn't go as I wanted in 2024, but there was some great things that happened. And I have to remind myself, and I don't know about you, but it's hard to look back to January, February, March of last year and say what happened. But go ahead, look in your calendar, look at some of those events that you had. I know I had some great trips, some great vacations that I had last year, and some fun that we had with our family. We had a son get married in November. So a lot of great things happened in 2024. Professionally, I had some great things happen with some clients and with some work that I did for other clients. And we're working with them. And then a couple of speaking engagements. And I keyed it off in November with a great speaking engagement that I had with an association. So all those great things bring up great memories, and it really helps us with that gratitude of looking back and seeing in 2024, what am I grateful for? So I ask you to do that. If you need a sheet to be able to do it, I've got this gratitude challenge. It's got 10 spaces on it. You can do 20, you can do 30, but look back and really write down the gratitude that you have in 2024. And I love this quote that I found. It says, gratitude is an equal opportunity emotion. Anyone can experience it and benefit from it. That's from Nathan Dewall. That's so important that we understand our gratitude that we have. So that is challenge number one, is do a gratitude. Look back on 2024 personally and professionally and see what you want to do. Now, the second one I want to share with you is what I call the achiever loop. And I have a download for you on this also that you can use. And it's a dynamic step-by-step process to attaining your goals. The high achievers use this five-step process to cultivate their mindset and realize their potential in reaching their goals. Each of these actionable steps is a process that will be unique to your path to achieve your goal. As you work through this loop, it will support you in staying and defining your task to stay on success to your goal. Now, let me walk you through it. The first one is you got to define the goal. Of course, there's SMART goals. I believe more in the smarter goals. That's the Michael Hyatt method that I've shared with you before. But a smarter goal, what is defined? What do you want to achieve? And when do you want to achieve it? Make sure you put the X to Y by when in that goal setting process. So first is define the goal. The second one, you have to visualize yourself achieving it. Go ahead and take some time and really meditate on what it looks like when you achieve it. How will you feel? What will be the emotion? Maybe it's something that you want to do fitness wise. How would that make you feel if you lose that weight or cross that marathon finish line? Or maybe professionally, whatever it is there, what would it look like for you? I know one of my goals is, should I tell you? I don't know if I should tell you. Well, okay, I'll tell you. One of my goals is this next year is to speak to an audience of 500 plus people. Okay, I've done 200, 250, I think up to 300, but 500 people. That would be totally different because I've done up to 250, 300, but I want to double that. So that's one of my personal goals that I have there, that achieving it. So I can see myself in that place doing that keynote and making that audience really kind of feel come alive. And that's what I want to do there. So visualizing the goal. So now step three, what's so important there is what action steps are needed to achieve the goal. So you really have to think through, what do I have to do? So if I want to achieve that goal of running that marathon, what do I have to do to make that happen? And really, that's what you're doing, is breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. You've heard the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So you have to have the action steps to be able to achieve it. And then number four, it's all about your habits and behaviors. What are the habits and behaviors I need to implement to achieve this goal? If I want to achieve that, I have to do something different. So if I define it in habits and behaviors, it allows me to achieve that goal. And number five is, what will you feel like when you achieve this goal? I want you to define the emotion. How will it make you feel? What will it really allow you to do when you achieve this goal? Because that achievement side, you have to define it. You should have done that already in step two, but really, really get to the point of what that achievement and that feeling and the why of why you want to do it. When you get that down, there's nothing going to stop you. So this sheet, the Achiever Loop, is available for a download for you, so to help you make it. But really, I want you to go to the show notes, download this sheet, and then really work through that so you can have your best year ever in 2025. Now, I have one other strategy that I want to share with you before we go, and it's called the Habit Maker. Now, the Habit Maker is, how do you want to make it a reality? We already talked about, you got to create habits and disciplines, right? Well, this habit maker is a concept I designed from the comedian Jerry Seinfeld. Many of you know Jerry. Jerry was asked early in his career what made him a great comedian. And he shared right away with them, I wrote material every day, even when I didn't want to, because he had a process to write that material. And he basically had on his wall a big sheet of paper with 100 squares on it. And I'm going to share this habit maker with you too as a download. And what he did is, the key, he said, when you get started is not to break the chain. So if you've got 5 or 10 or 15 or 20, you don't want to break the chain. But the real key is when you do it, even when you don't feel like it, then that helps you get through that process. He said, some days I didn't write a ton of material, but I always wrote something because that helped me become a better comedian. Well, what is it that you want to do? I'm going to share with you again another one of my goals that I have this next year. I want to write a book. I want to write my 5th book this year. I'm going to get this book completed this year. And this is a book that I want to be able to share with you, my audience, as well as people, to help them in their struggles in life that they have, and talking about the 5 life domains and some of the challenges. And I have a process I called the Clarity Navigator. And I want to put that into the book form. So that is mine. Well, what do I have to do? I have to write material. And what I'm going to do is, every day of the week, during the weekday, I'm not going to do it on weekends, I'm going to write material to be able to get that book done. So I want you to have that capability with the habit maker so you can get it done too. So let's really move forward. Remember, you can get that as well as all the downloads in the show notes. All you have to do is go to the show notes, click the link where the downloads are loaded, and we're going to have them available for you to be able to copy those off, download them on your computer, and then you can make copies. You can use them however you want. So I am so excited about sharing this with you, because I wanted this last session of 2024 be the springboard to really make 2025 your best year ever. So remember, we've got to start by looking back, know what we're grateful for in 2024. Then we use the Achiever Loop to define what we want, how do we want to achieve it? What do we want to achieve in 2025? And then we use the habit maker to create a habit and a discipline to achieve that goal. I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for being a loyal listener to this podcast, the Small Business Answer Man podcast. I look forward to sharing more information with you in 2025. But I want to just say thank you for being a loyal listener. And let's make 2025 be your best year yet. If you need any support, any help, that's what I love to do. I'm a high performance coach. I'm a business coach. I have a mastermind. I help others achieve their goals. You know why I do this? Is because I feel like I've been fortunate. I've achieved a lot of my goals. Do I still have goals? You better believe it. But I want to help others reach that mountain. That's why our company is called Ascend Business Strategies. Ascend is about achieving, striving to achieve more. And I want you to be able to do it again this year. Let's go out and make 2025 our best year yet. And I look forward to you joining me next year on my podcast as I give some great information out. But make it a great day and let's go out and make it a great year. Happy New Year. Thanks for joining me.